Alright guys, let's upgrade our Vision-M with the LCD kit that's specifically designed for the Vision-M. Now when you first decide to purchase the Vision-M, you do get the option between the standard for $70 or the one with the digital screen for $130. Basically a $60 difference. But if you decided to go with the standard version, maybe your budget was limited at the time, maybe the digital version was out of stock. The great news is that Lian-Li does sell the actual LCD screen separately for $70. In case you ever decided to add the LCD screen in the future, I love the fact that you can purchase this separately. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and show you guys exactly how to put it on. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and unbox this and see what we get inside. Now, right in front of the packaging, we can see that it does include a 1-year warranty, and it specifically states that it is compatible only with the Vision-M case. So just keep that in mind, of course. Now, fun fact, I have never installed an LCD screen on a PC build before. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that it just never looked right. And the fact that this one's designed specifically for the Vision-M is very appealing to me. So first thing we're gonna see here is a few cables and a little driver, which I'll open soon. I want to go ahead and take this LCD screen, see what it looks like. Alright guys, and there we have it here. This is the LCD kit here, and what I love about this is that this basically integrates right onto the Vision-M, which I really like. It definitely feels very sturdy as well, and I love the fact that the LCD screen is already there for us. There's nothing else that we have to do. Looks like there is a screw over here to probably remove the actual screen, so I'm not sure if it's upgradable after this though, but everything is literally there for us, so I really like that touch. Now as for cables, we're gonna have this internal USB header to this 4-pin connector, and this 4-pin connector literally connects right over here. And that's another reason why I love this integrated LCD screen, is the fact that it does not rely on using an input cable like a DisplayPort, HDMI, or something like that, which is very useful. Next up here is we have a USB-A to the same type of connector. So it looks like we have two options. We can either use the internal USB, or we can use a standard USB. So you can connect it to the back of your motherboard, for example, or the internal USB, which is the method that I'm personally going to use because you can literally have this hidden inside your case, which is awesome. Looks like we're going to have some standoffs here and some screws. Looks like we have a Phillips bit here as well. And that's most likely going to be used with this over here. This looks like a screwdriver here. Does have a little socket here, so I'm interested to see exactly what we're going to need for that, but they do include all this for us. Alright guys, I'm now ready to install this on our Vision-M case, and to easily show you, I'm going to lay the case flat down. It's easier for me to demonstrate here. Now, if you currently have the modular divider installed, there are 2 screws on the left and on the top right that you just have to undo, and then you can pop the whole modular divider out of the way, which will basically expose your radiator and your fans as well. Now, Lian-Li did send over their covers here to cover the gap between the fans of the AIO and the spacing on the top of the tray over here. These are not sold separately. You would have to use a 3D printer. They have the 3D file on their website if you ever wanted to have this installed, but I don't think I have to remove this at all, since this is screwed in from the back of the case, and the LCD screen looks like it just goes literally on top where the modular divider is at. So hopefully I don't have to remove these 2 pieces. It'll make things much easier. All right guys, the first thing we're gonna do is grab our bags with all the screws and standoffs, and we're going to locate 2 standoffs, and we're going to put these 2 standoffs on each of these screw holes over here, so that left one and right one where the modular divider gets screwed on. So I'm going to first twist this just a little bit. It might make sense for me to also remove the top glass just to make sure that I don't mess with anything, but I'm just going to keep it on anyways. All right, next we're going to grab this, and with this end we're going to screw in the standoffs into the case, so it's basically a socket. So I love the fact that they include this in the packaging, because you do also get this attachment in the accessory box of the Vision-M, but just in case you threw that away after you finish your build, I like the fact that they include it just in case, because you never know. You know, a lot of you guys might not keep the accessory box. If you ever decide to add this and you don't have that socket, then it might be a little bit annoying. So I love the fact that they include that anyways. All right, so now I have these 2 standoffs installed. And before we drop this in, it'll be a good idea to decide on whether or not you want to go with the internal USB or the standard USB. I'm going to go for the internal USB, which gets connected directly to the motherboard, or maybe have an internal USB hub. So I'm going to use this one instead. But you could use the a regular USB in case you don't have any open internal USBs, or if that's your preferred method, then you're more than welcome to use that cable instead. And I'm gonna connect that literally right over here. All right, now that I have that installed, I want to figure out where I want to pass this cable through, and I think I'm going to use the same route that I use for these top fans over here, which is right in this path here. Pass that through, perfect. And then we're going to position this. So this gets positioned like this with the LCD screen on the left side, and then I should be able to just drop it in smoothly. All right, so all you have to do now is just line up the screw holes or line up the standoff. So now they're lined up. All right, and the next thing here is using this screwdriver bit. Now, I thought this would go inside smoothly, but it looks like it doesn't. Actually, no, yeah, you can actually remove this and put it in here. Wow, look at that. All right, guys, so it looks like you can just remove that. So I love that touch. I was actually gonna pull out my other screwdriver here. So it looks like you can just remove this and switch it to the screwdriver position. So that's really handy in case if you don't have a screwdriver, but most of you guys will definitely have a screwdriver anyways. Then we're gonna take 2 screws and we're gonna screw it onto the actual standoff. So that's one, and here is the final one. All right, perfect. We now have this locked in, and it looks like I didn't have to remove the 3D printable pieces that Lian-Li sent over, which is awesome. So if I ever want to remove this, I can just remove it with just 2 simple screws and reattach it again. Now, of course, we have that internal USB that we have to connect, so I'm gonna do that right now. All right, guys, and here is the internal USB that we just passed through. I know it looks a little bit chaotic here, but I do also have the new LCD fan, so there's a lot of USBs here. So you can basically connect this directly to your motherboard if you have an open internal USB header. But since I have LCD screens on this case that also take up internal USBs, I also have an internal USB hub that's directly connected to this Lian-Li Edge power supply unit, which is awesome. So I do have an open internal USB header right over here, and I don't have any more on my actual motherboard, so I'm just going to connect this real quick. All right, so I have that connected. I just want to make sure the cable doesn't hit the fan, this 140 millimeter fan. So I'm just going to contain it real quick. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. We have that now installed, so let's go ahead and fire it up. All right, guys, we're now ready to fire it up. Before I power it on, let me go ahead and remove this plastic here, which is actually stuck. All right, now let's try that again. This time I was able to grab the whole screen protector thing, and there we go, guys. Beautiful. Oh man, that looks absolutely beautiful. I love how everything is nice and integrated. It is flush. Absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and fire it up and see how it looks. All right, guys, so very first thing you're gonna notice is the Lian-Li boots up. I have the L-Connect 3 software opened up, and yes, you're gonna need to use this to control and have access to the actual screen. This is gonna be the only method since this does not have any type of HDMI or display port at all. It is literally connected directly via internal USB or USB on your motherboard. So you're gonna have to use the L-Connect software. Now, once you open it up, you should notice this new menu item here, which says VM 9.2 LCD. That basically stands for Vision-M. Now, if for whatever reason you don't see this LCD screen, then the version of your L-Connect 3 software might be out of date. So you should update it and you should be able to see it. I'm currently on 2.1.26. So if you're on an older one and you don't see it, then it'd be a good chance to update that. So let's go ahead and click on the LCD screen and see exactly what we have here. So first things first, it's gonna tell us to download the assets. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, now that we have that downloaded, looks like we have a couple of presets here already for us, which is really nice. I'm just gonna click this one here randomly, hit apply, and we should see that. Wow, look at that, guys. Yep, beautiful. Okay, so we have custom ones here, and we can easily change it, and I like how quick it is when you wanna change it, which I really like. Really nice themes here. And right on the right side here, we can easily control the brightness of the screen, which is very easy. There's about 11 templates here, and then when we click on custom theme, we can add all of our custom images, GIFs, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on add, and just like any other LCD screens that Lian-Li provides, you literally have the same type of custom images that you can add. Looks like it supports images, animations. You can even do screen capture, screen recording. So the options are pretty much endless. I'm gonna go ahead and use upload materials and editing real quick. And we're gonna choose this Charizard MP4 file. And when I do that, we're gonna have the resolution of the LCD screen, which is 720 by 174. And in this editor, you have the option of simply just resizing this whole thing here. and basically much choosing where you want this to actually record. So in this case, I want to record the head of Charizard here. So I'm going to hit on record here real quick. Just like any other LCD devices, you have a maximum of 3 minutes. In this case, this video is only 6 seconds long. Once you're done, you click on the check mark and then you hit import. And now that gets imported, and then we're gonna hit apply to see how that looks. Absolutely beautiful, very good quality there. Now you can take it a step further by also adding some additional information. Under theme info, you can add some of these options here. So for example, if I want this one here, add, and that's gonna give me a preview of what it looks like here, and then I can click on apply again, and that'll show up on the actual LCD screen, which is amazing. I absolutely love that a lot. If I go to modular, I have the option of going in and choosing exactly which options I actually want. So if I want something like this, I can hit add, and I can also move this anywhere on the LCD screen, which is nice. I really love the customization that the Lian-Li provides. And I can click on layout further and then decide on what type of sensor I actually wanted to track. This literally tracks so many different options from CPU temperatures, load, GPU, driver information. I mean, a whole bunch of options that you can have here. You can change the color of each one, the font styles, all that good stuff. And whenever you're done, you can save it as a template, or you can click on apply, and that'll pretty much show up on the screen. So the customizations, like any other LCD screen, is pretty much endless, which is really nice. And then under additional, looks like we have two different modes. We have an offline mode clock. So with this on, it looks like the actual screen will stay on, showing us the actual time. I'm gonna leave that on to see how that looks like. And then we have the option of also using this as a secondary screen. Click that on to see how that looks like. So it says here we gotta disable the sub channel. All right, so it looks like that worked. Perfect. All right, yep, we have that as a secondary screen. I'm gonna go ahead and open up our display settings here. And yeah, we have that right over here, which is nice. I'm gonna open up Wallpaper Engine real quick to see how that looks like. All right, perfect. Now, using the secondary screen option allows you to easily click on any of your Wallpaper Engine backgrounds very seamlessly, which I really like and appreciate. And then let's go ahead and see what other details we have here. So under display orientation, we can change the orientation of the display. Let's go to advanced display. All right, and here the resolution is reading at 1920 by 464 at 30 Hertz. We do have the option to up it or increase it at 60 Hertz. Let's see how that looks like. All right, that changed perfectly. And if I wanted to add something there, I can drag this to the right and we can see that on the actual screen. So it's really cool that it supports both modes. Now, if I go ahead and open up L-Connect software again, and let's take a look at the LCD screen. Since we're on the secondary screen, everything else is disabled, and the moment we turn it off, it's gonna take a while for it to reboot. And now that screen is back on with the whatever we had it set up before. So really love how quick and easy that is. The whole boot process didn't take that long, and you could literally switch it back to the L-Connect software with different type of presets, or you can activate the secondary screen, which is awesome. All right, guys, so the Vision-M LCD kit has been super easy to install on the Vision-M. I absolutely love the whole process and how easy and simple it was. Believe it or not, just like I said earlier, this is my first time adding an LCD screen on any of my PC builds. And the reason why I personally avoided adding LCD screens is because a lot of times when you put it on the case, it kind of looks a little bit off in my opinion. Now, thanks to 3D printers and the growing community behind 3D printing, there's been a lot of kits that you can attach, let's say on the Vision Compact, to make your LCD screen look very flush into the case, which I think looks really nice, but sometimes it still looks a little bit off, at least for me. But since this literally has the screen attached to the actual modular divider itself, I think it looks really clean. Now, I do wish Lian-Li would take advantage of the whole divider size, because we have more space over here. I think it would have been awesome if Lian-Li expanded that, maybe a 14-inch or something like that, where it goes across. I think that would have looked fire, honestly. Maybe that's something that they can plan in the future, or maybe have it centered, but I think it looks fine on the left side, which a lot of traditional screens where you see PC builders add those screens are usually on the top left portion of your case. But overall, I absolutely love this kit. The price of it, $70, is pretty pricey, considering the fact that this whole case starts at $70 for the black one or $75 for the white one. But $70, whether it's white or black, it's the same exact price. And if you get the Vision-M with the digital screen, you are saving like $10. But I still love the idea that Lian-Li gives us the option of adding this at any time in the future, especially if your budget is limited. Maybe you want to prioritize on other components and be able to add the screen at any time. It's definitely an awesome addition. I definitely want to see these type of kits in future Lian-Li cases, because I think the Vision-M so far is one of my favorite MATS cases. I think it looks absolutely beautiful, and this Vision-M LCD screen being very easy to install and also not having any additional wirings on the back, because other third-party screens you're gonna have to route some form of display cable, whether that be an HDMI display port, maybe USB-C if that screen supports it. But because this has an internal USB header option, I think this looks really, really clean. Let me know what you guys think on the Vision-M LCD screen. I absolutely love it, guys. And huge shout out to Lian-Li for sending this over so I can showcase it to you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Firewolf out.